Zone. His line at the end of a change, so he'll backhand the puck in deep and head to the bench for a change. Euro line on the ice for the Lancers. They've got 21 points combined over the last 10 games. It's Team USA with the puck right now, but Ryder Reynolds laying the body into Cannon Thibodeau on the far side, forcing a turnover. Now a tie-up against the near wall. Jake Bokanecki pinches up and forces the puck to be sent around far side. Reversing it back to the near wall, Blake Sinclair will lob up to the neutral zone. Could not connect with Israelov, but it ricochets toward Reynolds. He'll fly it in from the far side. Behind the net, Bokanecki far side, couldn't get it out. Kim trying to work up the wall to Kilpila, set it up too high, and Kilpila hustles back to his own zone. USA changes up on the fly as the Lancers try to clear the zone. An errant pass finds Johnny Blatto's stick, and eventually reek around by Omaha. Here comes Kim on the right wing side. Israelov fanned on the pass, recovers, pumps it up the wall, trying to work it to himself, but could not before USA took over. Stanislav Sinister intercepts a breakout into the Omaha end. Israelov breaks out to Kilpila, far side. Todd Kilpila flings it in, but delayed offsides on Omaha, so they cannot continue the forecheck. Lancers peel off as Bokanecki breaks it out. He'll flick it left wing side, dumped into the zone on the far wing by Salvador. Met by the Lancer defense, into St. Hubert begins the zone exit as Israelov chops it across ice. Here comes Primo, picking up speed, stops into the corner as he shoved, tried to go to the top of the circle, no one there, and Thibodeau brings it north. Works it over toward the near side. Off the wall, Rocco Pelosi dumps it in deep. Ryder Reynolds trying to go up the wall. Pelosi disrupts, lobs it over far side off of the stick of Sinclair of Omaha. Now ahead and just around Igor Kim. He looked to his left, pass came to his right. And the Lancers, as Story will backhand it down ice. Lancers change up as well. Reynolds on the ice for Dow. He'll begin the zone exit, gets it up towards Spencer. Gains the blue line, flips it in behind the USA net. Aronson joined over there, but MacArthur steals it away from him and pushes far side. A tangle up on the boards. Easton Johnson trying to go up the wall. Eventually finds Rocco Pelosi, who pushes it past center red. Tommy Spencer pressured in his own end, but got it back toward the defenseman, Sinister. Ahead for Natuso. A little trouble after he had entered the zone. Omaha has to regroup, and will dump it in far wing. MacArthur steers it up the wall, but right to Ryan Aronson. Top of the right circle, he goes to the point. Kilpila into the circle and off of the skate of Spencer. No one there off the ricochet at the left point. Sinister had peeled back to the neutral zone. Lancers trying to re-enter the zone, but Aronson gets across and then backhands it out of the zone. Kilpila re-enters, drop pass for Vig. Now Markonitis, right circle, wrister tonight, rebound to the side of the net, couldn't be whacked home. Charlie Vig near corner, up to the point. Sinister bobbles, settles, flings a shot up high. Markonitis' redirect goes wide. Markonitis recovers, flips it to the front of the net. Loose puck at the far post side. Meanders just beneath the goal line before it's ricocheted off of, I believe, Scott's skate in front. Omaha had outshot, beg your pardon, yeah, including last Saturday was the game. They were much closer, beg your pardon. As either way, right off the draw, shot flung away. Kilpila, right point, over toward the far wall. Markonitis, wrist shot denied, rebound at the side of the cage, couldn't be poked in by Hiles. Stolen away and flipped up the wall by Pelosi, but not quite out. Sinister could not keep it onside though. Here's an opening on the rush for the U17s. It could not be put on the net by Johnny Blatto. Now Omaha gets a chance the other way. Vig plays it through the legs of the defense, looking for the return feed off of a pass left side, got it to Hiles. His shot partially blocked away, and again carried out. Here's Thibodeau, walking in up the middle, weaves to the right dot, slings it to the front of the net, but is poked away by Reynolds. Back and forth we go. Here's Markonitis trying to play it off the wall for himself. But MacArthur, Thorson, as Bokanecki controls for the U17s. 42 seconds to go here at period number 1. They controlled along the far wall and brought ahead. Thorson, left circle, up against the wall, met by Reynolds. 30 seconds to go in the frame. The U17s trying to get something rolling. Pelosi against the boards, met by Reynolds and shoved toward the wall. It's poke checked away from Sinclair over to the near corner. Aronson the first one to it, met by the defense immediately. Gets some help in the form of Sinclair, but can't quite get it out just yet. As Spencer flings it across ice off the skate of Reynolds, but right over toward Easton Johnson. Flings it in deep behind Morin. Sinclair back toward Reynolds. 3 seconds to go. Slowing things down, works it up towards center ice, past Natuso's stick, and that'll do it. Face off in a moment to his right. Igor Kim will take the draw. Adam Izrailov at the top of the circle. On a brief tap, it comes over to the far wall. Izrailov trying to poke it in deep. Blocked away over towards Sinclair's side of the net. Kim cannot get the shot on the cage. Lancers win the draw. Up toward the left point. Sinclair, the shot attempt comes wide. Now redirected front. Reynolds with a chance. Morgan got a stick on it. Winters holds on. Near circle. Stanius to take it. U17's controlling. Cannot fully get it out of the zone. Over toward the near side. Reynolds popped it up. Gloves down himself to the front of the net. Just past the skate of Morgan. He was right in front. Instead, Pelosi carries it out over the blue line. Met by Stanius and Kilpila. They'll poke it north. Karen, Morgan slipping up in front of him, feeds it ahead for Stanius. Rips a shot, save made. Winters making the stop. Kilpila trying to follow up, could not come up with the puck. And the U17s hustle north. On the rush, right wing side, a dangle past Karen, fed toward the front. It was intended for Pelosi. Sudaister pushed it away. Sudaister over toward the near side. Thibodeau couldn't get around Sudaister. Stanislav Sudaister drops it off for Morgan. It's 3-2 Des Moines over Fargo early on the second. And just about to start the second in Dubuque. Green Bay and Dubuque are scoreless. Cedar Rapids, meanwhile, 2-1 over Tri-City. Shot goes wide from the left point. Thorson sent it wide of the cage. Picked up far wall and worked to the right point. A bit of a delay. Now a chance. Denied by Morans. Loose puck in front. Trying to be picked up on the U17s. It is. Thorson keeps it onside. Fed it over toward the left circle. Cannon Thibodeau with a quick shot. Denied. Down it over far corner. Now fed run in front. Pelosi with a great chance, but shrugged aside by Morans. Back toward the near wall. Alexander Milojevic could not keep control of it, and Markonitis speeds it out. Markonitis with an opening. Stick lift. Gets the puck back. Back into the forehand. He could not sneak it around Winters. U17's the other way. Pelosi, right circle. Trying to outweight Reynolds. Peels back to the wall. Fed it in front of the net. He missed the stick of Thibodeau. Wired toward the far wall, not quite cleared by the Lancers. One of their top lines having some struggles right now. Game's first tally. Hasn't been necessarily a great period by any means for Omaha, but the in on the board first is gigantic just for their production this season. They are 10-9-3-1 when scoring first. Those 10 wins represent 10 of their 14 this campaign. As we get a whistle, Karen sent it off his own skate, but eventually got it to Hiles. Lance and Hiles back and forth. Reese Lance over toward Hiles. One-timer trickles through the crease, but wide of the net. Markonitis down low for Karen. Looking to the front of the cage. Back up top. Hiles with a wrister denied. And scooped up by the U17s. They're going to speed the other way short-handed. Rocco Pelosi to the right side. Wants it back, but it goes just underneath his stick. And the Lancers bring it back to the neutral zone. Hiles ahead with Big on his left. Cross ice for Markonitis. Markonitis holds in front of the blue line. Tries a high shot. Handled by Winters. Rebound to the side of the cage. Cannot be potted home. Karen got it up to the blue line, where Markonitis skates in right side. Lance across ice. Hiles across. Markonitis. One-timer. He scores! Beautiful cross. Here comes Kim. He's got a step. Prima with him. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Over to Prima. One-timer. He scores! He would have had to make some Herculean saves this period to keep the Lancers off the board with some of these chances they've had the last few minutes. Omaha up 4-0 on another second period tally. And on the attack, here come the U17s looking to answer. MacArthur centers. Prima tips it away. Picked up along the far wall and guided back toward the blue line. Up to the near wall, Barch. Things it at the net, and he scores. Barch with a wrister from the near wall. Somehow slings that through the defense and in. The Euro line was still on the ice there after scoring a goal a moment before. And the Lancers control the center ice draw. Morgan put it over now toward the near side, right in front of his own bench, where it's picked up by Broden MacArthur. Tangled up in the corner. Karen is joined by Morgan against the wall. Top three through the legs. Barch flips it north. It's carried out of the zone by Thibodeau. On the right wing side, he'll sling it to the front of the net. Brushed aside by Morans to the near wall. Pelosi, joined behind the play by Milojevic. Stolen away though. Morgan picks it up beneath the goal line. Tanner Morgan at the blue line. Looks ahead. Cannot get it around his own bench. Milojevic re-enters the zone for the U17s. Beneath the corner. Pushed down against the wall. Kilpala applying the pressure there. Stolen away and picked up. Morgan works over toward Karen. Tangle up behind the Lancer net as Sinaster is all sorts of wrapped up with Rocco Pelosi. They get a few whacks in on each other as Morgan, meanwhile, brings it the other way. Morin's behind his own net, leaves for Lance. Lance with a drop pass from Marketitis, his 4th power play goal of the season earlier in the period. Back and forth with Hiles, regains the line. Big drop pass to Hiles, looks in front, it's Karen, backhander called down by Winters. Karen had enough time in the slot to receive the pass. First time I can recall we've seen that called this season, at least in games the Lancers have been involved in. Omaha wins the draw. Israelov over to Prima. Walks the line left side, now back up top. Israelov, right circle, try to snipe it in top shelf. He missed the net. Stanius reverses direction, down low for Kim. Igor Kim to the point, Artem Prima. 4:04 to go in the frame. Back to Kim, left circle, holds it, shoots, it's denied. Ricocheting beneath the goal line far corner. Kim is glued up against the wall. It'll be chopped free for a moment and now flung to Morgan up top. Tanner Morgan walking up the wall, gives to Stanius. Now Israelov. One-time pass over to the right side. Prima holds, looks in front for the redirect. He missed Kim's stick. Stanius wanted to shake off the defense, instead turns over the puck. Pelosi gave it over right side. Salvador trying to go backdoor. Nice delay there. Beg your pardon, that was Thibodeau on the delay, but not able to connect. Far post side, shorthanded. Morgan flipped around the boards, out to the far side, and off the body of the pinching to St. Hubert, keeping the puck in the zone. Isles could not steal it back away. Thibodeau and the U17s the other way, tries to retreat up to the blue line, does, but it's coughed away and taken up by Omaha. 34 seconds to go. Vig will poke it in far side. Benjamin Geiger the first one to it. Stolen by Omaha. Marketitis to Vig, trying to go back door to Lance. That pass was out of his reach. Lance on the left point, shot partially blocked into the slot and skated north by Geiger. 16 seconds left. Geiger, drop pass, 4-on-2 if they hurry. It's sent back up in between the circles, the high slot to Blado. Stick lift on him, he couldn't get the shot off. Pelosi keeps it on side at the right point, delays. Thoresen trying to sidestep Hiles. 2 seconds and one, flung into the slot, partially blocked on its way to the net. It does. Marketitis holds, leaves it for Vig. His shot, he scores! Charlie Vig makes it. Well, you look at the scoring distribution for the Lancers. All 4 lines have now gotten onto the board. At least one member of all 4 lines. Prima on the first line, Morgan on the second. It was in the midst of a line change as Omaha is offside. A lot of goals from that frame. Looking for more here. This third period, they've got one already. Sinclair tries to work it up the wall, not quite away from Milojevic. Sinclair recovers and lobs it around the boards. Slowed down by Reynolds' far side. Prima into the circle. Cross ice. Kim fans on the shot off a nice pass from Israelov. As now Israelov getting a few whacks in. He is pushing and shoving with Beck Thoresen with a penalty coming up, and it's going to be on Omaha. 15 minutes into the third period last Friday. They've had at least one power play opportunity in each of their last 3 games. Sears has it right now, top of the right circle, bumped in down low to the corner, gets it back on the right wing wall. Sears, cross ice, steered back up toward the point. Geiger for Sears, one-timer just misses the far post. It was a heat-seeking missile from down low. Sears across ice to the far side. Geiger for Pelosi, his one-timer from down on his right knee, patted away by Nils Morens. Tangle up along the boards near side. NTDP pries it free. Sears cross to the left point. Geiger couldn't get it on net. Sears has his pocket picked. Now he steals it right back from Kilpala, but cannot angle away from him. And Kilpala backhands it down ice, maybe off of someone on one of the benches, as we have a whistle on the near side for the U.S. Right off of the draw, Geiger settles, tries to shoot. It was blocked, ricocheted over to the far side to Thibodeau's stick. He couldn't put it on net. Now a one-timer opportunity is fought off. Sears let it rip from the near wall, but the puck sails back into the neutral zone. Here comes Finnegan Sears. Chopped at by Morgan. He hangs on to the puck. Up toward the left point, Benjamin Geiger. Slides right, dishes it over toward Pelosi to the point. Dish left side, fed right in front. Could not get the redirect on the net. Barch was in front, not able to get a stick on it. Now Morgan pokes it the other way for the Lancers, trying to charge in shorthanded. He's up against the wall, drags around Pelosi, cuts to the net, and nearly with the stick between his legs, able to tuck it around Winters, if not for a great stop. Now Geiger brings it ahead. Morgan was looking for his second shorthanded goal of the season and in the last 3 games. Geiger, left side. Pelosi shot misses the net. And heads all the way back toward the NTDP blue line. Israelov about to come back onto the ice as his penalty expires. Around Israelov, but Sinclair back to retrieve for Omaha. Blake Sinclair to the near side. Prima steers it ahead just out of the reach of Kim. Popped up toward Thibodeau, off of the boards and ahead Pelosi. Left wing side, Rister fought off by Morans. To the near wall, NTDP remaining in the attacking zone. It's fed to the far side. Thibodeau's shot is denied. Rebound trickling just wide of the far post. Morans wants a whistle. He says his equipment is off. He finally gets it. As meanwhile, over his right shoulder, Prima getting into it. And a little action at the far side of the net. So no timeout for the Lancers. As they win the draw in their own defensive zone. Lobbed way down ice. Jack Stanius to it. Drop pass to Morgan. Right circle as Stanius spins out into the wall. Slow to get up. The St. Hubert over to the right point. Lance sent it just wide of both Karen and Stanius. That allows Pelosi to lift it out of the zone. The St. Hubert struggling to settle down that puck, and sniping and scoring is Cannon Thibodeau. And now we're getting a scrap at center ice as Stanius is back underway here at Omaha, where the Lancers hold a 3-goal lead over the NTDP U17s tonight. Joe Norman with you on the Omaha Lancers Hockey Network. Ryan Aronson shot partially blocked away and carried out. Here's Geiger over the blue line for the U17s. Tries a pass into the corner. Wasn't able to find his target. Lancers scoring 4 times in the second, once here in the third. NTDP with 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Geiger rolls it to the net from the right point. It is denied. But extra puck into the zone as Geiger lines him up with a big hit. Gives him a whack up high as well. Pelosi from behind his own net, carries it out near side. He's met by Aronson, sidesteps him. Rocco Pelosi to Cannon Thibodeau, back to Pelosi. Around the net, tries to cycle it in front, looking for the stick of Milojevic. Instead, back to the neutral zone. Now the Lancers the other way. Here's Tommy Spencer, right wing side, holds and shoots, but Winters makes the save. Pelosi exits the zone for the U17s, bobbled it for a moment. Now has to fork it ahead right at Todd Kilpala. Across ice off of the near wall with 4:44 to go. Sears right behind the NTDP net. Over to the far corner and brought up ice by Pelosi. Milojevic lost it. Aronson will pick it up. Aronson scoring one of the Lancers' 5 goals tonight from 5 different goal scorers. The left circle meets some resistance. Can't get around the pressure. Here's Geiger. Around the skate of Sinclair, gets away. Sears enters the zone, wants it back on the return feed, but Sinclair does a good job canceling him out in front of the net. Prima over toward Reynolds. Answer defenseman pinches ahead and feathers it into the left of Winters. And 52 to go. Geiger over to the far board side, looking in the direction of Hudson Salvador. Now brought ahead. Plato with a shot, patted away by Morans. Morgan up toward Cheslock, near wall. Walk Cheslock. Stops along the wall, sends it across ice. Morgan in the high slot, one hand on the stick, just sent it wide of the far post. Behind the goal line, Cheslock disrupts the clearing attempt. Arneson and Morgan giving chase, but instead it's Rocco Pelosi exiting the zone. Morgan took it away from Blato. And he gives back to St. Hubert. Morgan across ice. Lance sidesteps the pressure near side. Cheslaw can't get around Thoresen. Here's Salvador, poked it over the blue line to the neutral zone. Lance wires it in as Cheslaw had to retouch up. Under a minute to go.